Hey guys. I'm just hanging out here. Let's see if this mod works. I gotta give myself all the achievements. We're gonna go Marshal, Ironman, no historical enemies, and then if we check here, we could fight Sweden and Spain. I want to have them on and see how they are to fight. And I think this should work. Feeling good to relax after the big update. It honestly does feel a little good, yeah. I hope this mod works. I would love to be able to fight everybody. There's an endless mode now, so maybe this will just be a long-term save I do, where I can just like try to conquer the map. I think that'd be kind of fun. Even if the difficulty doesn't really increase much. I want to see if we can get Spain or Sweden rolled. Ah, look at that. Look how cool that is. You can suppress Spain. Lost Act 3 invading the Oh, that sucks. Catholic, do you have any saves? You could try reloading a save and trying again. Maybe try a new strategy. Unless you're playing Ironman. But I do like suppressing Spain. That's pretty cool. I want to see if I can get 2 different enemies at once. I always think that's pretty fun. But I don't mind if it was... Oh, look at that. Spanish and Austrian troops in Flanders with the 5th Royal Artillery and artillery reload speed. I mean, that sounds great. I would love to fight that combined force. The only thing that would be better if it was like HRE in Spain, because those are 2 interesting new enemies. I think Act 2 will try to fight, like, we'll try to see if we can get Sweden and HRE in one region to fight against. But I think Spain, this sounds pretty good, right? Spain plus Austria, and we get a huge artillery buff. I think that sounds pretty good. So I think that's where I want to go. I only want to fight mixed armies, because it's just way more fun. So we'll go to Flanders first. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe if this save does well... I mean, I'm playing on max difficulty, so maybe... I've never beat the game on max difficulty, so we'll see. I kind of want to roleplay these. I want to spend a lot of time, because I'm just doing this for fun, so I kind of want to spend a lot of time customizing and stuff. And then just play the game. Did you decrease the reload speed on the Potsdam? I decreased the reload speed on every musket. They all fire about 3 seconds slower. Just because it was too easy to get all your fucking units firing at like 2-second reload time or something ridiculous. We'll call this guy, what's a cool name for him? We'll do Valcour. The Valcour. And what would be the Griffon, the Valcour. And then this will be my Cuirassier, the Valcour. So that'll be like the attached unit he's part of. I like the flag. I'll do a blue coat on him. We'll do red. I like these colors. I might go white, but I kind of like the beige on the thing. I think the crossbelt could be white, though. I like that. And then for the flag, I kind of want to do like blue and red, but very subtle. Maybe all my cavalry flags can be like slashed like that. That could be kind of cool. Then again, I do want it to look a little more authentic. So I don't mind doing this. Just the plain blue looks a little boring though, doesn't it? I kind of want just something. Wonder what I want to give them. This one's kind of neat. Is there anything down there? You know what I also thought is you could go double blue. And kind of just do like a thin stripe down the middle or something like that. Which could be kind of neat. That's also kind of cool. Looks like Thailand though. KN Jomo, you liking the French playthrough? France is my favorite nation. I just love the uniforms and everything. trying to figure out what kind of flag I want to give these guys. I think something like this could be cool. I do like that. And then these guys, I'm going to open up Chronoskoph. So these are my cuirassiers de Valcour. And then I wonder if I should do like a mix of historical, or if I should do I kind of just want to make everything up. I just give everybody kind of French names. But it's a little hard. It might be time consuming to make it authentic enough to do that. Let's see which Swiss regiment we want to represent. Spocard, Reading. Which flag? I think this one seems fine. Bocard infantry. I like Bocard. So we'll go 50E. And then we'll do Bocard. And then maybe I'll write like that. I think this would just be Bocard Switzerland, which doesn't sound right, right? So let's see. We could do that. 50th Regiment, Swiss Bocard. I feel like we don't need regiment though, you know? I like that. And then we'll give him blue and yellow. Like that. That's nice. Give him like a darker red and a... Oh, the blue's about the same. What can we do with the... We could do brighter red like that. That'd be kind of nice. I like this. Make sure he has the same red. And then I like his uniform. My gendarmerie will be based off the Bocard Swiss, Écossais, Cuirassier de Valcour. I like this. In fact, I might even do... Might even do like that. And then I might keep the flag the same. I might keep the flag like this. I could even do like 2 shades of blue, which could be kind of cool. So at least I get a little bit of color in it. Kind of like that. That's kind of nice. Wonder if it could be like, you know what I mean? A little gold in the edges. Is there anything that kind of has that? It could be like this with blue and then kind of a gold. You know what I mean? I kind of like that. That's kind of nice. I really like that actually. It somewhat matches the gold edges on that. Did I patch the achievement? I think we did patch the achievement. Yep. What's the item next to the breastplate? I'll check that out. Why are the Itri muskets pink? Hello guys, what game is that? I'm playing Master of Command, which is a game that I made. And then for the gendarmerie, Spain mod uses AI. Yeah, that's okay. Who cares? It's a mod. The only time AI is bad is when it's taking someone's job away. But when it's a tool, like he was clearly not going to pay for an artist to draw something. So who cares if he uses AI? Now, if somebody uses AI in place of hiring someone and they're cutting them out and the quality's bad at the same time, I mean, that sucks. But if somebody does it for a personal project, I don't think anyone should ever feel guilty for a personal project using AI. I guess the exception would be like if you're writing a book as a personal project and you wrote the book using AI, then you're not actually doing it. But if somebody want to make a mod and they're not an artist and they just want to add units and they can't make a portrait, I don't mind AI. I mean, I think I would prefer if you just took a historical painting online and just slapped that in. Yeah, I completely agree, Cody. I would prefer historical pictures. I agree. I agree. Nah, I always prefer the historical stuff. Like I am pretty much one of the biggest opponents of AI like you can find. But I don't mind if a modder uses it if he needs it, and it's, you know, that's where I don't mind it as much. For the Cuirassiers du Roi, I kind of want to find whoever the commander was and make that my brigade commander. I think that'd be kind of cool. Do we have a commanded by Atrice? Isn't that our... The regiment was transferred and later joined the army commanded by... That's the army commanded by. Do we know who the commander is of this? How do we find who led? Is there an easy way to find that, I wonder? Are all the officer skills seeded? Before it was just random, now I see it's changed. I don't know. Yeah, Atreus is our lower Rhine commander, you're right. From January. Aha, look, we have a commander. I like this name, it seems... That's cool, Chevalier de Ray. That's cool. So let's make this commander. Let's give him like a gold hat. He'll be our main cavalry commander, de Ray. Cuirassiers de Roy. And then we're going to put the commander's name there so we know that the commander's attached. And then we have this guy who is going to lead our gendarmerie, which is the Scottish gendarmerie. They've got a gold crossbelt. Everything else is red, including the trousers. Yep. And this would be gold like that. Let's give him a white tricorn. And then the flag is like white with like a box. It's kind of like this. Where else did I find something like that? Kind of like that, actually. And then we can do a pattern in the middle. Probably, I like that. And it's white and gold. So we could do white and gold theme like this. That's a pretty cool flag, to be honest. Or we can invert it, do that. No, well, that's kind of cool. Do you guys like this, or do you like the inversion, which would be that and that? I think this stands out more, to be honest. These flags look excellent, don't they? I don't want them to look too fictitious, so I want them still French looking, but I really like those. Those are nice. And then I'm using ChatGPT to give me French names. So there's some AI. Name my French cavalry brigade. Something like household brigade in French. There, because it's gonna know. Alright, let's see if we can fit all this. Nah. We could just do Maçon du Roi like that. I think that looks pretty nice. Or it could be like Garde du Roi. I like that. That looks nice. Then I want to buy a slot for raised cuirassiers. I saved scum to get better skills. Now I can't do that. Ah, okay, yeah. No, I think a lot of things did get seeded, but you do have a reroll feature. But yeah, we're going to give him breastplates, skull caps, horses, and saddles. And I'm going to give the other guy casualty restoration and melee. We're gonna go in. We've got to go battlefields and forts. I don't mind forts because we can get a doctrine, so that's nice. There are new churches. There are new churches. I'm glad you noticed. Let's go to the supply cache, and we need manpower because we have 0. So let's roll those. We're fighting Hungarians. I want some like good royalty-free like fife and drum music, but I don't know where. I don't know if this is royalty-free or not. I don't think it is. Yeah, look, it has all of those, but I really want some good like good fife and drum music. I don't know if there's like good royalty-free. Nah. Which is a shame. I could just put the music on, but I think what I do is I just put the sound effects up and the master volume up. And I'll put that. There we go. Here is my Cuirassiers du Roi by Ray. I don't like how the name fits, so I'll probably change that later. We could probably do Cuirassiers and then Chevalier de Ray. But I like that the commander's attached and then it has his name. And then here's our other cav. We have our Bocard Swiss. Should I switch to the epic scale, or do you think this scale is good? This is the large. Move up. Do you know how to fix the error to just say, unfortunately, Gearkit, I don't know about the modding very much at all, because it was not made by me, it was made by Thomas. I like this. I love the French. I'd love to get a bigger budget and make another game in the future, and imagine this with like graphics maybe 3 or 4 times better. I love this time period so much. I think I'd want to stay in this time period. I don't know. I've been thinking about my what to do for my next game, but I kind of want to stay in this time period. I think where I'm leaning would be, I first have to decide whether the game would be focused on being a commander or leading a country. And I don't know. I think being a commander is really original, so I think that's probably the way to go. But part of me, I grew up playing EU4 a lot, and I really enjoy the nation leadership aspects of EU4, and to have battles and that would be really cool. And EU5 I didn't really enjoy that much, but I like EU4's, you know, I do like that style of leading countries. But maybe there'd be a compromise where like you're a person and a general, and you're just leading an army, but then we could DLC our way into some nation management systems. So, like for example, Frederick the Great is a commander, right? Frederick the Great is a general on the battlefield, but he also led the nation of Prussia. So why couldn't you do both? Why couldn't you be a person, you play as a person, but you can also potentially lead a country, and then you can kind of have it both ways. And the mechanics could be like kind of a simplified EU4 style of campaign, but mainly focused on the army management and the battles. That could be a really fun combination. And the time period could be like, it could be like, I don't know, 1745 to 17... let's move this cavalry back. I'm gonna have the infantry engage. They're getting close to me. Moving my cavalry in general. Getting the cav ready. Once I fire my volley. Very nice rear charge. I'm gonna follow them down. I bet I could just body that recruit force. I might just go for it. No, they're gonna get a volley off, and I really... Maybe I can bait them into doing a volley at max range, like this. This way we only take 20 losses. And then I go in and charge. Oh, is the game volume too loud? I turned down the game volume a bit. There we go. Can you hear me now? Is that better? I can turn it down. I think that's good right there. Gosh, they're so fast. I really want to chase them down. Maybe I'll have a better time chasing the infantry down. But yeah, I want to get as many kills as I can to get experience. And I want to get 2 full brigades of cavalry, 1 brigade of infantry. Sorry, 1 brigade of artillery, and the rest will be infantry. There we go, we're just grinding those guys down. Perfect. And we'll let these guys just engage. I was blown away by EU5. I was blown away. Was that sponsor talk? You said that in a video. Honestly, dude, I was blown away by EU5, and then I played it, and I just didn't really enjoy it. But the game was, like, so ambitious, so big, and you play it, and you're really surprised by it. And then I got into it, and I just still prefer EU4. I don't know. So it's kind of yes and no, like between, is that what I meant versus sponsorship talk? It's kind of both, because like the game is obviously very ambitious. It's very impressive. I couldn't even imagine trying to set up that amount of data and that amount of complexity. I don't know how they would have even done that. Plus, I think people who like simulation-oriented games will like that game. But I don't know, the more I got into it, the more I played it, and yeah, the more I played it, I didn't love it as much. But I say that as a person who has 2,000 hours. My most played game of all time is EU4, so I'm comparing it directly against its predecessor. And I do think, was EU4 a better option? I don't know, Lancer. It really depends. Here's the thing is, I feel like a lot of other people think EU5 is better, and I'm in the minority thinking EU4 is better. So you don't need to level those gendarmerie. They don't have upgrades. Better to kill with the gentleman cav. I do agree. Yeah, I do agree. I did want to get just a little bit of veterancy up on the cav, just generally. But I want these guys to get promoted more. So I should prioritize kills on these guys. And I want these guys to just keep firing and let the Swiss... obviously, I'm burning through ammo right now. You seem like a person that reads books, not plays 2,000 hours of EU4. Honestly, it's kind of the opposite. I don't really read that much. And I do play a lot of games. Damn, this mod makes these guys so damn powerful. They will not back off. There we go. What was the reason you made the officer skill $50 of every rule? Plus 50 on every rule instead of just keeping it 50? Honestly, I probably could have. I just put it... We only made the update in 2 weeks. So I just put it in as kind of a placeholder, and I would need to play the game more to figure out what the values should be. Now, I changed these values. 188 ammo now versus 100 food. So that's more proportionate. And then we could also get 678 casualties. So everything should be a little more proportionate. In terms of what we need, we probably want as much money as we can get to expand outward. I don't really need the reservists. I can refill. I have enough manpower to perfectly refill. And I don't need the veterancy right now because I only have 3 units, so it's kind of wasted on them, and I don't need the food. So I think ransom is the best option here. We'll refill everything. We have the resources to do it. Everybody's got a promotion, which is nice. I forgot we have drilling back, as France have been playing a lot of HRE. And then we can equip some items if we need them. Accuracy and reload, I would like that. Veterancy gain for cavalry and infantry. That's really cool. I didn't even know that was really a thing. Let's give that to this cav. 100's too expensive for this slot right now. I have a bayonet later. I think morale, move speed. I would like the veterancy on these guys. I think the 5% and 2 is not... The basic saddle is not as impressive. So let's grab that and then give the saddle to this guy. But now we're getting veterancy gain, which is nice. We want to get as much veterancy gain as we can find. In fact, I might go to towns and hunt for veterancy gain because I really want to grind up. Because these guys are going to cost 6 veterancy to get the upgrade there. It's kind of interesting. They lose a little manpower. They gain morale. They gain a lot of melee and shock. They lose some stamina. That's okay. They lose a little speed. That's okay. And accuracy doesn't matter much because we're not firing. So that's generally a good upgrade. But the Royal Cavalry is certainly a lot less powerful than it used to be. I like the Haversack. I think that's good. I'm going to keep 1 uniform for encounters. And I think I'll sell off these. And I'll keep the bayonet because I want to give that to an infantry when I raise one. We have to go to battlefield, so let's knock this out. We can go force march because we only have 3 units. Send the light cavalry in. Chance to rescue a cavalry regiment. Likely chance. Oh, yes. Okay, good. So we got another cav. I don't have any items for him. He will definitely need a lot of experience, too. And I'm out of manpower due to helping them. But I got a free unit at least, which is nice. What's this? So we don't want to buy reservists there. They cost extra. I can sell some stuff. I want to sell that and that. Before I do, is there any place that has higher resale? Look at that. Item sales. I'm actually going to hold on to that. I'm just to min-max a bit. This place is great. Item cost and item sale. That's the place we want to get to for our economy. Capturing forts. I don't need to burn this down. Nah. And I think I'll just move on. Is there anything? Nah, I don't want to buy anything either. I want to get to that other town before I buy and sell. And we want to knock out encounters as much as we can. Raise a new regiment. There's the worn uniform we kept. That's awesome. We get a recruit. Or we get a line regiment if we can get a gorget. Which I don't know what I would want to do there. Thought you'd drop the game once the patch was live. Yeah, I think I just want to play it today because it's fun that the game is in a good spot, OH, and I just want to enjoy the update that we did. So I'm actually having fun with it, surprisingly. What's the chance we get a gorget? You said it's easy to find. Maybe we come back, but we have to remember. And we get a line regiment. It's probably worth it. Also, I will say, if anybody's spamming, I just don't want to hear the same shit over and over again, so I would try not to do that. Abandoned fort, that's good. We could garrison it to delay by 2 weeks. I would really like that. So we need manpower. Let's drain it from this reserve unit that we don't really care about. 600. They're quite common. Yeah, we'll go back to it then. Let's garrison this. We get weapons. Dragoon sword, which I can give to these guys. And we've got a Soul, which we don't really need. We've got a few more forts towards the center of the map. We don't have artillery, that's the one problem. A lot of them are at the bottom, unfortunately, too. And then we've got some battlefields, which are on the right. They're all concentrated on the right. By the way, if anybody wants some cheese, I've never seen someone do this. You can time your stances on the tick. So if you can do it right, it's a little hard to do. We're going to look for a patrol. I'll drill with T and go to force march. So watch. We force march, T, force march, T, force march, T. So you can drop them as you go and just switch right before the tick. Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of people do that. But yeah, just get a little bit of veterancy there. It's nice. You always do it? Okay, yeah, I guess people do use it. It is a little funny. Oh, one more. There we go. A bunch of promotions. Everybody's level 2 now. So that was actually worth it. And I'll engage that patrol. They've got a ton of skirmishers with no melee, which is amazing. And we need the manpower from this battle. Yeah, there's some exploits in this, but I actually enjoy a game that has a couple exploits. I don't mind it. As long as you don't balance around exploits, then I think it's fine. But I like little exploits now and then. I think it's fun. I enjoyed this map. Do you guys like the texture on this? This is one of my favorite maps, just because the grass texture looks refreshing. I kind of want to make another map with this kind of texture. You're doing a light core run? Yeah, light core is pretty good, man. I think a lot of people have said they don't like it, but I think they're pretty nice. And I really like the visibility and speed. They're a lot more efficient to get around the map. I'm going to have Bocard go up to the hill. And I'm going to mass the cavalry behind the forest, and I'll emerge out the forest to do a mass charge with the general behind them. And the gendarmerie is actually going to stay in reserve, because the experience is needed on the cuirassiers and the provincial cav. I'm going to rush these guys forward. We've got 2 light infantry we have to deal with. I'm going to slow down. And I'm going to wait for these light infantry to kind of settle into a spot. Damn, they're fast. Okay, they're moving up there. So let's begin moving. And I'll have the gendarmerie to just reinforce if any charge falters. Okay, while they're moving, I want to catch them. Through the forest. There we go, beautiful. Look at the morale. Then the second charge comes in. We barely took any... Did we take any... We lost 2 people. That's amazing. I love that. I love that. It triggered this next melee, but I have the melee damage received buff. Look, they've got a 35 melee skill. That's not bad. 22 on these guys. We're just gonna grind through them. Let them get all those kills, and these guys can fight that guy. My general's just watching, appreciating them. Look how few casualties we've taken. I love that. I like how some of these guys are off, still chasing, while the rest are fighting. That's funny. They need to come back. I wonder if I need to kind of rally these guys up a little bit. There we go. I recalled them. I'll have these guys go chase the prisoners in the back. You built an historically accurate army in Chronoscoff. That's cool. Yeah, but the theme for this run for me is I just want to get, like, incredible heavy cavalry. I just have 2 full brigades of very good cav. I'll get these guys a couple kills. Like 300 is good, and I'm pulling them out for the rest of the battle. And the Swiss are just going to grind that battle there. There we go, shattered him, destroyed him. And we're going to take on as many battles as we can. I need the manpower from this. 735. 80. How much could I buy with 82? Let me check. $1 is worth 8 manpower. So 82 times 8.3. I would get 680 manpower. Or I get 735. Plus the 10% restoration. So conscript actually makes sense now. There we go. So I restored a little bit, plus I got the manpower. Got the good promotions going. This is my cavalry commander. So let's try to give him a cavalry trait. Charge, I like that, but less veterancy? I don't want to reroll. I think I'll go savage. This guy's got the plus 15%, so he's still net gaining veterancy. But that extra charge is great, because look, charge 15, charge 5, charge 15. I mean, how can you not get 35% on the charge? The difference would be from 46 to 62 just from the officer. I want to get a trait from like religious or legendary to make sure he stays alive. Because I've stacked 3 traits with charge. This guy can get a saddle. We get a ramrod on him. I want to keep the bayonets. Don't really need the guns. Keep a worn uniform. What's this? So the reservists are even cheaper here too. So I'll pick up a couple more reservists since it's cheap. Fewer items. I'm going to wait to sell. We want to wait to sell. We've got 500. Next brigade's pretty cheap. I think I should probably buy it to just get that opened up. And in terms of units, I think I want to plan this out. I want to get 2 brigades of cavalry. I don't really care what types they are. I just want them to hit really hard. I'll have 2 brigades of infantry. We'll do 1 as completely native French. And then the other one can be... I don't really want Germans in the army. I like Irish and Swiss. I think that's fun. The Irish can charge. Then again, the Irish... I don't know if I even care about the Irish that much. I like the Swiss, though. I think I want a Swiss Grenadier and a Swiss Veteran Fusilier. That'd be fun to have one of each. And then, what? Maybe a Veteran Chasseur and a blue German Veteran Fusilier who can shoot really well. And then the last brigade could be like 2 Veteran Grenadiers and 2 Veteran Fusiliers. I think that sounds like the build I want to do. The Cav, I don't care. I just need 8 of them. I don't care how they end up. Maybe a couple Royal Cav and Gendarmerie by the end. Yeah, it could be a light cav and a heavy cav brigade. I don't mind doing that. What's this guy's shooting stat? Is it 10, 25? So there's actually some value in holding a guy back to be a Dragoon, but at that point you might as well get a Voluntarius Dragoon. I wouldn't mind having 1 Voluntarius Dragoon. That would be actually kind of cool. And then my cav, I'll have a whole 4 units of French field artillery for like a mass brigade. I like that. So if we know we'll eventually need some native French units, I don't mind like a Royaux Grenadier, but he's a bit expensive. Everything here is expensive. I probably want to place it as cheap units specifically. Which, do we have one? This place has cheap cavalry down south, which is nice. What's the difference between Gendarmerie and Cuirassiers? Cuirassiers are heavy cav. They're a little slower. Yeah, we need the Gorget, which we don't have. I want to progress to this place and get my items sold off. I'm going to use Force March to get there, because we've got the food, for now at least. There's a place that sells cheap food on the way as well. Or right after, I mean. Got a slum here. We could sell off some provisions. I don't want to sell off too many, so I'll sell just a little bit. This place is nice. I really like this. Sell off that. Keep a bayonet. Is this right? The sale value, hold on. Sale value is 30, right? So why is it 18 here if my sale cost is 20? Unless this is messed up. This is normally 60, but it's 64. Everything costs more here, doesn't it? Or is it because I have modifiers on? It might be because I have, look, corrupt commissars. Resource and item cost 25%. So despite this being 15%, aha, it's still... Yeah, that's probably what it is. Oh wait, if you're there, do you know if that's what that is? Because thought I would be getting a good sale price, but I'm not. But I think it's because I'm on the 10 difficulty, which I've never played on, or I usually don't play on. I mean, and that's giving me a penalty. So I think it makes sense. No, that is a bug with no modifiers. Is it really? So these don't... I'm gonna put a note for myself to test. I mean, is it cheaper if I go to a place without these modifiers? Playing right now, it's the same issue. Yeah, maybe they're just backwards. Do you think they're just backwards? Unfortunately, it's Ironman, so I can't test it. Would you be able to see, like, if I sold things here, am I getting a worse value than if I sold them at another town? That's what I wonder. Look at that, 15% veterancy gain is nice. Maybe we could save and I could test this on Unity. What's my favorite unit's uniform? I think the Guard Francais. I wish I had them unlocked. How do you unlock them? Win on Ironman, so we'd have to just win the campaign. Going to get a Steam machine next year just to play. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool, Vape. Yeah, they are trying to scam me. Yeah, I'll go in and test it real quick, because I don't know why. It's usually 30 with item cost. Yeah, like what I want to test out is if I go in and jump in now and just test that out. I'll go around teleporting. Okay. So let's find a place. Normally, okay, we found a place with a discount. So this is worth 100. Its price is 100, but it's, aha, okay. So the base price is 80, but it's 100. And I assume it's because I have a modifier that's making it 25% extra. Yeah, so that part makes sense. This is 100 when it's worth 80. If I go here, let me find a different, I want to find an exact copy of a unit. What am I looking for? I'm going to look for a engineer or a basic musician. Basic musician. Okay, good engineer is 138 here. And with the cheaper 138. So that's the same, that's good because this is the sale cost, not the buy cost. And then we have I can sell for 12 for that pipe, or here I can sell for 20. So yes, they're backwards, and it actually hurts you. So I will note that down. Let me test if that's the case with anything else. The food here is 58, but the food here is 37. So I wonder why it's only 30. I wonder why it's 37. 37. Okay, yeah, no, it's because there's a modifier. 58. Okay, so that part makes sense. So I will... So those are some problems there. And then the last thing I want to check is if we see a negative modifier. I wonder if that's backwards too. So let's see. Well, we won't know. But what we do know is on those positive conditions are a trap. It's a scam. So we don't want to get scammed at that settlement. We want to go somewhere else. So let's carry on and probably head right to start doing battlefields there. We do need to come back to this eventually, though, and get the unit. So hopefully I can sweep right and then go back left. That's what I want to do. So right and then sweep left. Deserter hideout. Cost some ammo. I don't really want to spend the ammo. I just want to get that. Let's do foraging. Q and F. Let's do that. I'm going to do that. I just want to spot some things. We get a recruit discount on infantry, which might actually be useful for us. What do we want to get? I would like to skip the Royal Recruit if possible. It's 989. I could just dump my items here. And get that. How much did he cost? 989? I'm gonna have to wait for another unit instead. Because I don't have the cash. But I want to skip the recruit. I just don't want to bother with them. That's a patrol I need to kill, but it's big. Wounded nobleman. Very nice. What do we got? Accuracy and veterancy gain plus 5%. So if we have a unit that needs it, like maybe this guy, but this guy's getting so much charge damage. I'm going to refill my manpower. I'm going to go over there and then I got to kill that patrol. Grab the food. Grab 3 food. And is there anything here I could buy? All royal recruits. We might have to bite the bullet, right? And just get the royal recruits. And just start grinding them up. Or I could start playing a little taller and just get items for my cavalry. Like a 1410 for that compared to... So my shock damage would go up massively if I grabbed that. We get a really good gun pick. Costs 100 though. You don't want to get in the trap of buying too many items on the highest difficulty. That's the thing. It's not as viable. Sometimes an ammo type could be a worthwhile investment. Like a quartered musket ball is not a bad investment. You're going to burn through ammo quicker, but you get range and accuracy, which is nice. Buck and ball would be 25 accuracy, and I'm burning through less ammunition. I'm kind of tempted to just grab buck and ball and give that on my Swiss. For 25 accuracy, I can just start wrecking people. That could be nice. I'm going to grab one of those and give that to him. And then I'm going to go hunt that patrol as quickly as I can. There he is. Okay. Oh, look at that. We got Spanish Walloon Musketeers. There we go. So let's go fight them. Yeah, we got to fight as many battles as we can get. I've never won on the Marshal difficulty before. So who knows if I'll get far at all. We got the Gendarmerie, Provincial Cav at 900, that's great. And we've got the Spanish that we're fighting, that's cool. Walloon. Wonder what they're good at. They have really good accuracy, that's crazy, 60 accuracy. That's nuts. How the hell do they have 60? Well, we have 67. Let's equip our buck and ball. Damn, that's not too bad. Look at the range difference. Not very much at all. Only 15% less. So buck and ball is actually pretty good. You could actually hang out in buck and ball and get a Charleville, and it's going to work pretty well. So I might hang out on the hill and get that accuracy buff. I have 100 accuracy then. I think it was worth getting the buck and ball. And then I'll form up and cover. There. So we've got cover and accuracy, 113. And then my cav is going to hold back because they've got 3 cavalry, so I'm going to hold back. Damn, the sound breaks still when you go high speed and then normal speed. See how it's just broken? So I gotta note that down. I think I hear the marching again, though. Yeah, it just has to restart the loop, basically. Just a little bug. And then I'll probably hold fire and wait. Actually, they've got good range. Based on the Charleville, good range. Yeah, that sucks. I'm going to fall back then to lure them in. And then remount the hedge. They're going to form up and hit me in the back. I'm going to spin around real quick. There we go. And I'm going to form back up. And I'll re-engage. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to have all the cav go around deep left to take out that cavalry. 115 kills in one volley is pretty nice. And then the cav is going to have to save the battle. So that one Swiss is going to struggle by himself. I might pull off my gendarmerie to go just solo the recruits. And have these guys body the cavalry with these dudes to help. They're going to take a ton of damage just on the charge impact. But they've got such good melee skill. I'm bringing these guys to support them. There we go. In a prolonged melee, I'll win. I'm going to pull these guys back. .200 kills. Yeah, they're doing excellent. That was honestly, the buck and ball was a great investment. They're performing super well. And we're just grinding out the kills there. I'm going to form up on the road to replenish stamina quicker. Cartridge box has become a must. Yeah, how much ammo? I've already used half my ammo, so you're right. You're definitely right about that. I'm going to get rid of the rest of this cav. I've already replenished, which is great, or I'm close to it at least. They'll fire their volley and then I'll charge in. I'm going to break up the brace with this guy and then have these guys come in after. There. So we'll swarm them. We do have some cav coming on the right. Took those guys out. They might come back again, frustratingly. I'm going to try to take these guys out. What do I want to do to defend against this? Maybe I'll hold still. Just hold my position. Just tank the charge. Yeah, I'll just tank it and keep the brace. And the morale nearby should be good enough. What's... Their melee is a 23 to a 40, so I got double the melee skill. At least I'm just racking up kills right now. Gosh, imagine running away and in front of you, you see that. There we go. Oh man, we're losing that. That sucks. It's because most of the regiment wasn't engaged. I'm just gonna have to sweep through there. I'm getting charged now on my general. Yeah, that sucks. I hope these guys don't break as a result of the general fleeing. Damn, if I lose this, I'm gonna have to refight the battle. It's gonna suck. Okay, we're both exhausted. I should be able to win in both of those fights. The cavalry's carrying at the moment. The infantry still can come back. Alright, I'll win. There we go. Their cav came back. I'll just keep grinding down kills. I need to rest. Oh, fuck. Okay, there we go. That was close. That was very close. There was just a lot of them. I really need to buy another unit. I'm so outnumbered. I didn't get that much money because I got so many kills, I believe. 315. Yeah, that's not much plunder. I definitely took a lot of losses, so I think I need the casualty restoration from that. I got the gorget I needed, so I can go back. And I got a spontoon for level ups. It's very good. Okay. So let's refill what we can. 4 veterancy. We're doing great on veterancy, it seems. Up to 3 already. We'll need 6. That's crazy. Doys, the Spanish are a mod. And so are the Swedes. But you can play against them. So I put all of the enemies on. There's also endless mode. So you could conquer all of Europe with the new HRE faction plus Spain and Sweden, which is really cool. And so now what we can do is we could fly back. Honestly, let's hook around here. They have cheap recruits. See if there's a unit we want. Sell off what we can. Is that a 6-pound gun? I'll get rid of it. We've got 1,000 now. Can we grab something we wanted? I can grab Royal Grenadiers or German Fusiliers. What would I rather have? They have the same morale. Let's see. It doesn't cost much to get a Royal Grenadier. That's the thing, right? It's a 4 veterancy. Okay. Versus 4 to 3. So that's a 7 veterancy investment to get the German Fusilier. Meaning to me that German Fusilier is higher value. So that is a high value unit. Yeah. Then we'll give him the spontoon. So this way he's got plus 5%, plus 10%, 15% veterancy gain. Let's compare the weapon. And this looks to be marginally better. I like the range on it. It's just, do you want range or do you want reload speed? That's pretty much the difference. Which German Fusiliers are meant to be reloading quickly, right? So I might give him a Soul to lean into reload. Plus, look, get him the reload gun pick. So that's not a bad combo. And then I'll save this bayonet. You can compare now. You've been able to compare for a while. I'm going to see if I can knock out the fort. And if I can't, I'm going to fly back. Stormworn. It's already breached. Gosh, do I try it? I barely have any manpower. 3 days pass. Or do I come back? Do I come back when I have an extra unit? I'll take the risk. 7 days. Lose 7 days, basically. Or take 10% attrition. I got it. 10% attrition ended up not being that bad. Lots of weapons and a new doctrine. That's great. Army gains 50% veterancy while drilling. That's not a bad option. Saboteurs, enemy campaign movement speed. That's also not a bad option. 50% extra veterancy if I want to grind up my low tier units. Or slow all the enemies down by 20%. Slowing them down could be good, but I don't want to avoid battles. So if someone comes at me, I want to fight it every time I can. And I do like drilling because Fred, I don't know why everyone's so concerned about that. Why I had a free DLC instead of an update. It is basically that. It's just a free DLC. I don't know. I don't know because essentially if you add a paid DLC so close to release, then people are going to criticize you and they're going to say that you're scamming them and that you're bad developers, blah, blah, blah. And it's important for me to have a free DLC that's very explicitly part of the game so that when we add paid DLC, you can always point to that and be like, look, we actually gave you content. It's written into the game that we've given you content for free. Whereas if it was just an update, if somebody bought the game 3 months from now, they're going to look at it and never even know there was a free DLC. It was already integrated into the game. And so when we do a paid DLC, they're going to go, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You're charging so much. And I don't want to hear that. So I added a free DLC to just make sure that people know that we're adding to the game, we're supporting the game, and we gave something as a gift, and it's marked in the game's history as doing that. So I think that's why I did that. And it's also nice because people can leave reviews on it, and if they leave reviews and that free DLC gets 100% positive, then if somebody's debating whether to buy the next DLC and they see this one had a 100% review rate, then they're going to know, oh, that is worth the money. The other thing is it lets us set up the foundation and the infrastructure for how DLCs can work and how it plugs into your game. And if you don't own the DLC, what does it look like on the page if you don't own it, and get the UI done for that, get the functionality done for it. And if all that's done, by the time we add the paid DLC, it's all that work is removed for us. Yeah, anyways, I would have bought it nonetheless, but a majority would have been upset. Yeah, I think it was released so soon. That's why I had to get it out for free. Anyway, sorry to sound annoyed answering that, but I had been answering that same question like 10 times today, and I'm like, why do I have to keep explaining? But I understand it's not apparent for most people if you're not in that position. It's not obvious why we would do that. Like, why wouldn't you just give it out for free? So I completely understand your perspective. But yeah, do I want the extended training or slow everybody down? What would you guys pick on this? I kind of lean on 50% experience to get that veterancy grinded up and get high tier units faster if I'm not dodging enemy armies. Especially early on. We only have 4 regiments. I'm not going to re-roll it. I want that veterancy. I want veterancy because we barely have any units. Look, it's early game. So we can get this guy up, leveled up quicker. That's kind of my perspective on that. We've got 2 more forts we need to knock out. We could backtrack. We got a lot of time. Grab that battlefield, knock these out, and then backtrack up to get the free unit, which is right there. There's a free unit waiting for us. I think that's the way to go to be the most time efficient. And look, we're going to grab an artillery regiment. Probably go hit that battlefield too while we're at it. Just in time. Commit only some reservists. Succeeds, we get them back. Get the artillery. Got tons of muskets. I have every flavor of musket that I could want. That's great. Got a great artillery piece with a bronze gun. Fantastic. The 5th Royal Artillery is great as well. Cross that river. Get to that battlefield and then knock out the forts. And we need to go fight another battle as soon as we can. Do I want to risk a duel? Not really. I have no level 0 officers. There's no point. I might as well just engage that army. There we go. Get back here. We've been fighting so many Grenzers. Which I guess is kind of cool, because it's like early game, lots of Grenzer patrols. Do maxed out level 9 regiments consume ammo when they drill? I think they do right now, but that's on our list to change, but I think they do. Is the game still selling well? I think it is still selling well. I don't check on it a lot anymore. I don't really... I made the money I needed, and I just haven't really cared to check on it as much as I should. Damn, that's a lot of guns. Look how many guns. We need lots of cartridge boxes. Otherwise, we're going to be spending so much in ammo. I want to get as far back as I can to make full use of this and just rack off as many shots as I can. There we go. We've got our red and blue units. I'll have to name my units too later. But I just want to rattle off as many shots as I can. If I go here, I get some of the road for stamina plus the church for cover. And I'll just put him in the open field to cover the artillery gun. Only 20 kills. Where do we want to aim? Probably for a big target. Not in cover. And I'm going to switch over to Buck and Ball. Spain or Sweden, there are mods now. How do you convince people to buy a DLC when there's a free option? I don't know. They don't have to buy it. They can just get the mod if they want to. You can ask that question of what you just asked me for any game that's ever had modding ever to release. You know, why would I ever buy a Napoleon Total War DLC when there's a million mods for that game? Okay, let's fire at the closer target there. And then try to push those. Yeah, let's concentrate fire there. Damn, their morale is crazy. I kind of want to blast these guys who are right in front of me. But I've got everyone firing at that. Why don't we swivel and shift fire to more relevant targets? I'm going to move my Royal Cab over to engage their cavalry. And then get my cavalry ready to flank around. Yeah, the Buck and Ball is doing amazing right now. I would never remove a mod, OH. The answer is a developer-made product is always going to be more tested and balanced than a mod. And people don't want to have to rely on a mod which may not be up to date. It may have bugs. It may have balancing issues. It may be using AI. It may be using placeholder images. It doesn't have Steam achievements. There's a bunch of things that are missing compared to if it was official. There's no art. There's no custom music made for it and so on. I will never remove a mod, though, ever, even if it competes with a DLC. I'll never do that. So you can still choose to use the Swedish mod if you don't like my DLC. That's fine. I'll wait for him to fire there and then charge. Also, with the HRE, we introduced a new mechanic. There's like mechanical changes with the mustering, which modders can't do. And I'll continue with that theme with all of my future DLC. Like, I think it'd be cool for Sweden if we had a whole new like tab, like a brand new piece of UI that was for like army reforms to restore the glory of Sweden. So your army sucks. That's kind of what the Spanish mod is doing through its doctrines, if anybody's familiar with it. They basically give Spain as a nation a giant malice, and your doctrines, all they do are just work toward removing the malice. Jesus. These guys are performing horribly. They got shattered. Is this unit going to get wiped out when it goes back to the map? I forgot we have the shattered modifier on. I'm not used to this difficulty 10, dude. This is tough. And their guys just fight better than mine. It's really, really tough. Gosh. There we go. Dude, if my Giga officer's dead, are you fucking kidding me? I'm redoing that battle then. I'm redoing that fucking battle. There's no way. You know I gotta alt F4 and redo that battle. There's no way. I'm not accepting that. There's no way. I just wasn't expecting this 10 difficulty. The 10% combat effectiveness and morale they get is really, really tough. I just was not expecting my Royal Cavalry to get bested by some Grenz Hussars. I think the Grenz Hussars also got buffed. They used to be really bad, and I buffed the hell out of them so they'd be a more appealing to purchase, and I think that's what I'm dealing with now. I'm going to mass all the cav together and just break their cavalry as soon as I can. Let's use the right side of the map for that. And I will station my guys here and in the forest. Yeah, that's good enough. But yeah, what I would do is I would do like a brand new mechanic for Sweden where their army is horrible, but you can like maybe go through some military reforms to like recapture the Swedish spirit from the Great Northern War and like lean back into Gaupaw and stuff. Like maybe instead of doing a generic Gaupaw doctrine, they would have a reform that would let them like reinstate the Gaupaw strategy. So this way it's not historically inaccurate because Sweden's army sucked during the Great Northern War. So maybe instead of just giving them a Great Northern War doctrine, we give them a mechanic that lets them reinstate old reforms to kind of reform their army in a way. And I think that would be a pretty cool mechanic. There we go. I'm going to let these guys... Actually, I'm going to let the provincials try to give chase. And I'm going to let the gendarmerie body, or just eat that initial charge impact. Fucking hell. And then send these guys in to sweep up in the melee, because they've got really good melee stats. And my infantry is just beating everyone. I'm going to swap targets and ambush these guys instead. There we go. I'm going to let these guys rest by walking them back. There we go. And I'm just going to use the provincials to chase down, try to rack up kills. There, I'm regaining stamina as I'm walking. Well, it did not suck during the Great Northern War. Yeah, I'm saying it sucked during the 7 Years' War. Oh man, are you kidding me? They're screwed. Yeah, they're screwed. Alright, at least they won't get shattered. Oh, you said Great Northern War? Yeah, I meant 7 Years' War, sorry. Okay. So Gendarmerie wins, and the Royal Cav should also win. Yeah, we're doing okay now. We don't have any shatters. Let's take these guys out. Take those guys out too. I'll have the general reform my cav. I'm out of ammo, so I'm just going to charge the Swiss. 400 kills, 500. Let them keep getting kills. Are they winning that melee? Are you kidding me? They have 38 melee. How the hell do they have 38? Let's get the cavalry in then. There we go. There we go. Damn, these battles are real tough with the 10 difficulty. It is real tough. Lots of flags. I need ammo. So let's do that. There we go. I got some more promotions in. Okay. This battlefield, I think, sucked. We've got to knock out 2 more forts while we're down here. I'm going to get this one, that one, and then sweep up to get the new unit. Let's come down. I'll go force march and buy some food. One more food. I might just get I might bite the bullet and just get 1 royal recruit just to pad out my numbers. Just to pad out. Because we need the backup. So I'm going to grab him. Get rid of half his ammo. In case I need it for something else. Get rid of half his strength and give it to my other guys. And he's going to be kind of my reserve unit. Let's get to the fort. Hopefully it's something... Ah, gosh, it's a small siege. Well, I'm saving. I hate the sieges. At least I have artillery and I have ammo. Let's give myself even more ammo for bombardments. Unlikely chance. That sucks. Oh, I did it. Fuck yeah. Walls breached. Don't want to waste 7 days. Into the breach for 10% attrition. How are my guys looking? Name the regiments. I can name them. Just give me a little bit. Storm it. They surrendered. Oh gosh, I got lucky. Excellent. New doctrine plus weapons. Lots of swords. What do we get? Forging's not bad. Combat effectiveness is good. Charge 15%. I do like the Elan. Because I'm going Cav. I'm going Elan. I want my Cav to get stacked. Look at these guys now. 70 charge. 35% from the officer. 15% from the doctrine. So we got to go Elan. And then we got 1 more fort. I don't want it to be a siege, though. I'm really just running low on all my resources. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to get back on the road. Maybe here I can sell off some goods. I'm going to grab a little manpower and just try to replenish in case I need to fight another battle. Yeah. You've been liking the larger cav sizes? Yeah, I have too, I think. There's an entrenched army, so we can knock that out at some point. Patrols right there. They're running from us, which we will need to take them on. We've got a cuirassier sword, which is going to be better than a dragoon, probably. The cuirassier sword is a 12 in melee, which is probably better. I can sell off a 0 for the sword, really? Nah, it's just glitched. Okay. Sell most of those. I'll keep 1 sword in case I need it. I need a uniform and a gorget. We'll keep that. Don't need the flags. Charleville's I like. Don't really. I'll keep 1 John Coping in case I need a charging unit. Don't really need a Potsdam. Potsdam on the German could be nice. Land pattern could be good on the Swiss, but I like them with the Charleville, so I'll get rid of it. Keep 1 bayonet in case I need it. Cross pendants are nice. Morale and charge is good. I'd never found a rare event for using the regimental flags. I don't think there's an event that uses flags, so we do need to add that in. I think there should be more encounters that use the junk loot to give them more of a purpose. It would be nice. Get rid of the Neustadt. I don't really want it for this build. Keep my horse. There, I'm happy with this. Getting a 20% quartermaster would be nice. Or drillmaster. Could also get a farrier, but I don't really want to spend the money on that. I do honestly want to get a 20%. Yeah, I want that. Getting a really cheap officer could be good to trade in for an encounter, but... Barracks. I don't think we can really afford anything right now, besides another provincial cav. Or royal recruit, rather. Any gunsmith I want. I could get a really good bayonet. Or a really good Charleville. Which could be nice. 19 and 38 seconds. 23, yeah. I feel like a good Charleville could be nice. The one thing to consider, OH, I do agree somewhat with what you're saying, but the one thing that's interesting to think about is that when your cavalry's reloading, it consumes stamina. So I find a lot of my carbine cav, if I'm using it for lots of mass charging, they're just constantly tired, and then even if you want to go and sit them to regenerate, they need to reload first, and they're still draining stamina. So it does help you in melee, but you just get so damn tired faster, constantly reloading. Especially if you had a gun that takes a long time to reload, you're delaying 30 seconds with no stamina regain. And if you, like, that can be pretty tough. I don't think a lot of people consider that. I'm gonna grab that and grab the, well, you know what? Let's keep that slot the way it is. I want to get the morale on the provincial cav. Plus this. There, now it's a lot better. For the Swiss, maybe for now we pop out, for accuracy, I'm going to pop that out just for now to get the reduction in ammo so I can use these buck and ball better. I'm going to float the rest of this money. Let's upgrade the bayonet because we need it, and upgrade the Charleville. And should I give him I can give anybody a drill master. That's excellent. I could stick the drill master on my Cuirassier Duois. I'm going to do that. 20%, 35%. 40%. I could move him, but if I did, the combat stats are going to go way too far down, yeah. No. So let's just do this, and we're going to pass around the drill master. But I need to get him leveled up to 6. It's not as good as it used to be. You're actually just losing a little bit of men for, what, 5 charge? And 15 melee. That's actually pretty good. 15 melee is good. Plus 5 morale. I almost wish it was just 5 more charge on the Royal Cavalry. I feel like this should be 45. Because the upgrade just seems like I'm losing 1, 2, 3, 4 areas, and I'm gaining in 3. It doesn't seem as worth the grind. So this might be a bit impulsive, but I might just want to give them 5 extra charge. Because I've been debuffing them every update constantly. But they just don't feel like... They lose men, you see? They lose all these men. So they've got to have something to redeem that. If you're spending all this money on them. Because otherwise it just looks like I'm losing a lot. So I will change that. What if you equip the carbine but remove the ammo? You could do that if you want to. Sure. And you would benefit from a little bit of melee. You could do that. Let's dump more on the recruits to give it to my other guys who matter more. There. So everyone else is replenishing now at the cost of these guys. I'm going to keep my cash. I need a little bit of food. Cab is apparently cheaper here. Only 600 for that. 1,000 for a Dragoon. It'd be cool to pick up a Dragoon when I can afford it. So if I could come back here and buy that, that'd be nice. They're running for me. I think I need to buy a little bit of ammo so I can drill to just replenish quickly. There we go. There. Now, One more drill. There we go. And now I'm going to engage them. And I'm replenished and I'm leveled. Look, level 5 now. These guys are almost at the level 6 they need to be, which is a huge grind for them. What do they need? A 5. So everybody's still grinding. A 1. A 3. They don't really need the veterancy. They don't matter. 2. Which direction am I going to take them? Probably something cheap. Like, it'd be cool to just grab them down the veteran Fusilier line. That's nice and easy for them. And if I have the T, I might as well give it to these guys for now. We've got Spanish with lots of recruits and more Grenzers. Let's fight that up. Alright, what do we got? Big ridge, lots of infantry there. Let's put the cab on that hill. These royal recruits have no ammo. They're just going to hang out in the back and do nothing. We'll just defend the artillery, actually. There. They're like my little artillery guard. Got my cav. Infantry. Swap our ammo. The provincial cav desperately needs the veterancy. These guys are very close to getting the veterancy anyway, so they're not as desperate, and they really don't need it. So I'm going to keep them more in reserve. I'm going to have the provincial cav basically fight the most. And then try and have the other cav sweep up. So we'll form up there. And I'll form up there. What have they got? Hussars. And pretty good ones, too. Look at the morale. 64 morale, which is crazy. So he needs the Royal Cav to help him out. They have 90 morale. Did we upgrade these guys recently? We gave him a Drill Master to give him veterancy. We'll pass the Drill Master over to the Provincial Cav after this battle, I think, though. I like that they have almost the same range, but it's because he has a Charleville. He's got the Soule. Let's warm up the artillery. There we go. I'm gonna fire the artillery, probably dead center. These guys are devastating, the Swiss. Max range, got 88 kills. Let's have them concentrate fire. Oh. Provincial Cav will take the impact, and the Cuirassiers will back him up. Yeah, we need to take the impact of that. And then we come in to help out and wipe them out. We'll keep pushing forward. These guys can't take the next impact. Do they have carbines? They do, so we're going to get shot up again. Oh, ouch. It's alright. I don't think I'm going to follow them. So I'm probably just going to hit these guys instead. I'm going to retarget these guys. Fire there, and then charge them in the back. They're gone. That's alright. They're giving up their brace. That's good. We'll cut them down. Both Cav is going to come back. They're going to come back. They're going to come back. So we're going to have to worry about 2 more Hussars. So I need to come back and kind of replenish my stamina. These guys are, yeah, they're goners. And the Gendarmerie is going to help out now. I'm going to concentrate fire all on the same target now. I'm gonna have these guys kind of take the impact. They're not loaded, luckily. Oh, they are loaded. Shit. There, now they're gone. I'll let these guys deal with them too. And they can just fight the conscripts. Oh, they can keep firing now. Shattered, that's good. We'll be in the forest so we can block some of the gunshots at least. Yeah, that blunted some of the carbines, that's good. Did they come back? They did. And I'll have these guys follow them. I can run because we're mainly on the roads. The stamina loss isn't going to be huge. And I'm going to have both cav just grind down these conscripts. Just cut them down. If we can get the provincial cav up here, it'd be nice to get them a kill. They only got 131 kills. So I'd like to find them a way to grind out some kills here. Keep them on the road, keep them fast. If I can sweep around these roads and keep that movement speed high, then I can deal with them. There we go. Yeah, we'll get them some kills at least. Alright, you ready? Here we go. There we go, we got some kills. Let's try that again. They're all tired. I'm gonna let the infantry probably finish this off. Then again, I don't want to pay for the ammo, but I could have the provincial cav see if they can do something. But they have stakes, so I'll just let the infantry beat them up. Get the artillery some kills too. 400 kills is not bad. It's doing as well as like the Germans. Okay. I have very little manpower. Oh, I like basket helts. Those are fun. Some alcohol for the cav. Large cartridge boxes. I already got those, but I think I want the casualty restoration on this. 1,000 manpower would be nice. And Chevalier de l'Oreille. What I want to do is I'm going to customize my regiments for a little bit. Melee plus 15% melee damage received plus 5. Accuracy minus 5. I don't mind this because I have so many melee damage received buffs that I might as well just milk that. Perfect. Could make these guys carabineers. Nah. They're pretty cool, the Royal Bavarians. That's really neat. Trying to find their commander. Do we have like a light blue coat? Kind of like the white coat for him. That's nice. Be cool to give like a commander's name at the end of every regiment. Be kind of cool doing that, but I don't think we need to. Just maybe only on the first unit of each brigade. So this will be, what, half German, half Swiss? That's the idea for it. I'll probably move the Swiss over here, because this is all cavalry charge buffs, whereas this guy's giving stamina, veterancy, and accuracy. So it's better to put the infantry over there. Then I can take this drill master and pass it over to someone else who needs it. Probably the provincial cav to get that up and running. There. Do I have any carbines? No. I have a cartridge box, which we can give. Probably move that there for now. Give them the cartridge box. We have infantry hangars, which we don't really need to give right now, but I do want to keep them. I have the alcohol, which is good. Could probably give that to... These guys give me even more charge. 78 charge now. This is looking good to me. Oh, look how cool that regiment is representing the army. Let's rush up to this outpost. I'll use my food, and I'll buy more food. I don't really like this event. It's not very beneficial. I'll run over there, and we're going to get our free unit. We're going to capture the fort, and then get the free unit on the left. We've only used half our time, which is excellent. Cheap infantry. Need a little bit of food. Don't want infantry yet. Maybe one item would be nice to buy. 8 reload. Or 10% range. What does he need? 48 seconds is not good. The range is fine. He's got a 12-pounder. If I grab one of these and just sell off maybe a couple crappy things. There. Then we get him 46 seconds. Shave that down. These guys are meant to fire quickly, so we'll give them the Potsdam. Long range is good. Going to take out that fort and then get up and get the free infantry. %2 attrition. It's alright. Tompion and greatcoats. It's alright. Losing a lot of food. Beautiful, I love that. Delay them for another week. That's the way to go. How many reservists do we need? 540. I could dump this down to 1,000. Dump that down to 1,000. Garrison it. Look at that, artillery reload another 10%. That's excellent. So we're at 42 seconds. What do we have now? 44, what the hell? Wait, did it apply negatively? I was at 42. Now it's at 47. 44. I think this is reducing my reload. 10%. Or it's better? I don't know. I thought I got it lower than that. Am I wrong? But the bonus, the tooltip does say it's improving it. Did anybody else remember what that number was? I thought I boosted the artillery there. I will boot up Unity and see. Hearts and Minds also affects negatively. And then let me check the flying batteries. Yeah, let's go in and just test it out. You were getting 46 before the buff. Nah, it was 46. Okay. And what am I at now? 44. So it did go down then, right? It did go down? I think we're alright then. Okay. And then... Good. 48, gotcha. Thank you guys, thank you for telling me. I'm gonna use up to like 90 food to get to this place. There, and then I'm gonna switch over to foraging. Snatch the convoy. This is a weak field army. Basically a patrol of 7,000. 8,000, alright. How's our manpower doing? A little bit weak, but I think we're okay. Yeah, you want to fight these weak field armies, because if it has 2 badges, you get extra loot from fighting it. How's their line cav? 800 men. 50 morale. I've got 75 morale. 78, 80. 25, 25. Yeah, we're better. But, no, their officers suck. That's good. But yeah, if you fight a field army, they're good to fight because the weak field army uses the template of a patrol, hence weak. But because it's technically a field army, you're getting the loot of a regular field army that are huge, right? So you're actually getting a disproportionately high loot for them. This is our new Bavarian force that we raised with the commander attached. And then we have our Carabinieri. Gosh, unfortunately, it's over the line again. That's annoying. I wanted it to all be in one line. Didn't know there were Spanish armies. I'm playing with a mod. I got Sweden and Spain added with the mod. The next region we go to, I'm going to search for a region that has HRE plus Swedish forces if possible. Unfortunately, the reroll costs a lot, so maybe we won't be able to. And this is a tougher force. I think we just got to go deep with the cav. Just try to do a long flank. Let's see what we can do. We're formed up. We've used a good amount of stamina. We'll switch to walking. Walking. This guy's on the road, so he can stay. In fact, I'll keep him on the road. 39. Look how slow the stamina goes down. 38, because you're on the road. 37. So you can sprint on these roads a little more efficiently. I'll go down to 35 before I slow down. There we go, let's walk. And then watch 37, 38. Now if I pause and sit on the road, 39, 40, 41, 42, so it's going to go up fast. Now we're going to walk up that road. Should we switch targets to someone who's going to be facing us directly, or? I don't mind just keep pounding on that target, but the further they are away, the lower the effective range, so it's actually better to hit someone a little closer, but there's not anyone super close to us. Let's get out there. I'm going to be in 100% cover and let them fire with their shitty worn muskets and try to hit me. See there, they wasted part of that shot. And I'm in 100% cover. And then I'll just body them. There, and I'll charge. Bring these guys in to take care of their line cavalry next. I'm going to switch targets, the one in front. There we go, just dumping all the cav on him. Perfect. Just hit these guys, shatter them. Unfortunately, they're going to come back, which is really frustrating. Who's my fastest cav? 102. Probably the gendarmerie. I'm going to have the gendarmerie give chase because I don't want to face that guy again. Let's go follow them. And then we're going to chill these guys on the road so that they regain stamina. How's our infantry doing? We got to move up to engage. Artillery's doing okay too. Good shot. And then we're regaining our stamina. We took care of that cav. I'm going to just slam into these guys with a charge, and then rally up the cavalry, and then just come around the flank and support. Let's hit those conscripts with a nice fucking ball volley. A rolling volley. Are the characters actual models? Is it a shader trick? Do we use... Yeah, we do use Unity dots. That's correct. It is not a shader trick. How difficult would it be to add that? It wouldn't be too hard, Fred. We just need more time. It's just a good quality of life addition. We just need a little time to implement it. Damn, we've already burnt through our ammo. What, and how many shots? How many times have we shot? Oh, it's because we went into battle with probably low ammo, right? I don't think I had everybody full on ammo when we went in. We'll use this buck and ball once, and we'll switch back to solid shot after we fire. There we go. Let's switch back to solid. And then I'll aim for them. Provincial cab, I'll try to take out some recruits. These guys. How are the Swiss able to ripple fire? It's just because some guys got to the formation before they were reforming. So it's just actually more of a bug, actually, but it looked kind of cool, so we kept it. It's just some of the troops formed up before the others, and they're allowed to fire before the rest of the regiment is formed. There we go. Getting these guys grinded up. Let's hit them too. Oh, they turned around last minute. That's not good for us. They're going to turn to shoot us, so I'm going to try to use them to block the fire because they don't want to shoot their friendlies. And then we'll try to shoot these guys and fire at them. I love the changes you made with special ammo. It was pretty clever to add the high ammo consumption. Yeah, I like it a lot too, because you're getting crazy kills, but you have to pay. It adds value to the cartridge boxes, which I previously largely ignore. I don't think cartridge boxes are too bad, but they're not special. But now they're kind of like a must-have if you want to rock like very good specialty ammunition. And I think that's really cool. I'll let the infantry finish this battle so they get the experience, and the provincial cav can just hunt. There we go. That was a nice, easy win. I'm actually afraid for that final boss battle. It looks pretty tough. Like, I struggled on it last time I played, and I had 4 brigades. I only have 2. More gorgets there. Gosh, I need the manpower. And the ammo, to be quite frank. But it would be good to just restore those casualties, probably. Or do we want the ammo? There's another patrol on the left. I need the ammo. Because otherwise, if I go into that battle and no one can shoot, like, that's obviously not good. Hey, Kelly. What's up? Do I want what? Sure. Do you want to split it?
It's a small piece of lasagna.
We can split it if you want to. I don't know, you didn't like it though, so you could give it to me if you wanted to, or what?
Well, I can make ramen.
That's nice of you to ask, by the way. That's.
What, rather than just gobble up all the lasagna?
Well, I didn't think you were gonna even eat it, so it's nice of you to offer to make it for me. Do you want to just split it though?
If we split it though, you'll be, and just make sure those gifts are not for me, right?
Well, there's action figures and Barbies, so no. Yeah, it's good to ask. No, why don't we split it, and I won't be hungry. I had a hot dog already. And we might order something tonight, because we haven't ordered all week.
Yeah,
Might get something nice.
yeah, I
Yeah, you've worked hard, so we'll order something. Yeah.
Okay, in that case, if we are going to order,
Yeah,
we'll
let's
have
do.
to split the lasagna.
It's cool.
What are you doing?
Could you fill up my water? It's there's.
Yes, there is.
Thank you so much. There's. You could get any glass. I have no water in here.
I'm bringing the most ridiculous glass.
Yeah. What were you asking about? Were you?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just streaming. I'm streaming the game.
You're streaming the DLC specifically?
Yeah.
What are they asking?
What are they asking? One guy, Mr. Helica, asked about ammo consumption. That's about it. No one's saying anything. It's kind of a dead chat, to be honest. Nah, it's fine. I like that cool breeze. That breeze is nice. It's hot as hell in here.
It is. I don't. You take all the heat.
I know. I don't want the heat. I don't want it.
You're sucking it.
I wish I didn't have it. Sakata says we are not dead because I said it was a dead chat. So he's there. Yeah. Okay. Dead chat, dead chat. Yeah, if anybody has played Fire Maneuver, Kelly, my wife, voiced the briefings for some of the campaigns, so you may recognize her voice. Oh, we got a free unit, right? Or a Doctrine? We got our Doctrine and our unit. Yeah, we already did that. That's old news, never mind. Level 6. Do we want to go Hussar or Dragoon? You are dead, you just don't know it. What? Should we go Dragoon or Hussar? That's the question. Do we go for the heavy cavalry line or do we go eventually to Gendarmerie? 40 shock. I don't have carbines and I'm low on ammo. So I kind of feel like we should just grab our second light cav. What's the manpower difference? 750 versus 900. I think because I don't have any carbines, I have literally not a single carbine. I need to just go light cav for now. Because Dragoon would be nice for shooting. 25-20 right there. This guy's a 5.5. We're going to go Hussar. Hey, Brother Water. Thank you. Okay. Why are the HRE units so large? Honestly, they just had very big disorganized units, so I thought it'd just be fun to represent them kind of like that. Are we refilling our manpower? No, we just have no manpower left. What I think we need to do is ignore him for now, and we're going to come back to that army. We're going to grab this food. Grab food there. I'm going to force march. A goat. I'll take the goat. What do we get? Morale and accuracy. Could give it to the artillery crew for now. Just grab some extra accuracy on the gun. Remove the ammo from the hussars. You're absolutely right, yeah. Give it to the recruits. The recruits don't really need it. I'm not using these guys at the moment. And then let's run over here, and I need manpower and food. There. Refill. Good. And I got the food. Nice. So we're back on track, and then we're finally going to go cash in that unit that we wanted. And look, our timer's only halfway. There we go. Oh, I almost clicked that by accident. Line Regiment. Good. French Fusilier, that's pretty standard. We could have got Irish, which I didn't want, which is good. But we also could have got Swiss. That would have been even better. But I'll take a French Fusilier. I'm not unhappy with that. I want to form a full French brigade at some point, so it's not bad. Can open that. I want to get 3 brigades before we engage that final army. Let me find somebody to... We'll go DeRay, like that. And then let's find a unit to model this after. We could do a Duhois. I usually do the Duhois. What number are they? 12E. What do we do for the Swiss? Yeah, 50 yeah, exactly. And then 101. So he's got a long name, but that's fine. This is the flag they had. It's kind of like that. Honestly, I could use their colonel's color because the colonel's color is like this, and that's kind of cool. They look very clean that way, but some color on the battlefield isn't nice though, or isn't bad though. Oh, they actually had blue trousers. I did not know that. There. So that's 12 du roi. We'll give them a few weapons. Like a Charleville. They already have one. Gives them some morale and some firing speed. We'll give the limber chest to the artillery. Give them some movement. There we go. Now where do we want to head to? We've already done all of our objectives. I bet we could just forage and hunt armies now. We're in a pretty good spot. What is it, Q and F? Yeah, we want to hit that army. Supply. Oh, this is nice. We just get free resources for reservists. What do I need? I feel like ammo's always in short supply. I wouldn't mind stocking up and then knocking out that army. In fact, if we're going to knock out that army, I'm going to drill for a day. There we go. And then I'm going to hit them. Let's drill for one more day. Ah, shit. Did that wrong. T. There we go. They've got double Spanish line. Do I have any upgrades I can do? Aha, look at these guys. I want to go one veteran fusilier and one Swiss grenadier. I'll probably buy a grenadier at some point, so I can probably just get them the promotion instantly and get all these nice bonuses. I think that's nice. Difficulty spike in Act 3. Difficulty spike is in Act 3, and there are Royal Cavalry and Gendarmerie. Yeah. My game crashed, and I don't know why. It was in the middle of a battle. Oh, that's a shame, man. I'm not sure. There is a an area where you can put your crash reports. I wouldn't reboot the game yet. I would find the crash report, immediately attach it, and then we can see what it was. Beautiful. Look at this. Picard, Swiss veteran. Very good. This guy, getting up to him to 9 veterans would be great. Thank you, Kelly. That breeze is nice. I'm loving it. There's actually plenty of food left, isn't it?
It's all cheese.
I don't mind. You don't like that. What country do I live in? I'm in the US. Oh, my wife is English. That's why she has an accent and I don't. Five or 5 on him. And then these guys could get upgraded. I think I said I want to make them Fusiliers, right? They've just been getting the passive upgrades from the drilling. Josh. I read your name, John. I meant to say gosh, and I said Josh. I don't actually know. Okay, yeah, Cicada knows. 1.5% to combat stats per level, yeah. I think I want to make them Fusiliers. Or I could save up to make them a Grenadier. They're about to hit that, actually. I'll fight one more battle and see if I can promote them with it. Alright, let's move them up here. These are my French Hussars. I thought I had more than 3 cav. Oh yeah, I promoted them, that's why. And then we've got our 101st Bavarian Airborne. 12 Udois. Our artillery Fusiliers. Looks like they've got musketeers on the right, musketeers on the left, and line cavalry. I'm gonna just move the cav up in bulk and see where they move theirs, and I'll try to overwhelm their cavalry and then push through. We've got the goat for extra accuracy, which is nice. I'll fire on the musketeers, why not? Oh, jeez, holy shit. Did you guys see that? 138 kills in the first volley, holy fuck, that goat. Dude, the billy goat is cheering them on. That's incredible. I love that. This artillery regiment's awesome. If I switch targets right there, I might be able to hit the whole cluster, so I'm going to do that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, look, we damaged both at the same time. Let's go try to knock out the cav on the right. I'll keep Duras back, because he doesn't really need the veterancy as much, but the Hussars do. Does he have a gun? He does. Ouch. Who's faster? 103. Go for him. Fire at them. There we go. And then we charge in. Take advantage. Nice teamwork, guys. How's the artillery doing? Let's get another speed buff. Try to chase them down. Don't want them to rally. There we go. They won't rally anymore. Are we actually losing this fight over here? Really? What are their stats? Way worse. But we're losing more than we're killing. There, now we're doing better. I think some of my guys were stuck. I love just sweeping up the retreating units. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? They just killed the commander? Oh my gosh, that's frustrating. Dude, how is this line cavalry so good that it's just taking on all my dudes? That's pissing me off, man. I'm not gonna accept that result. I'm switching that one out. I'm not accepting that. And it totally does not defeat the purpose of Ironman to Alt F4. Totally does not. Yeah, sorry, that was just a crash. Must have been a crash. Must have been a crash, guys. I don't know what happened there. Can we give this guy one more item? This is nice. Yeah, I didn't know the cavalry would rally like that. It annoys me. Let's line up our cav here. It doesn't really matter at this point on the cav who gets the veterancy. Obviously, it'd be nicer on the hussars because they can become gendarmerie, but it doesn't matter quite as much. I do want the Dewa regiment to get upgraded, so I'm going to stick them forward. Only 18 kills. Last time they got like 150 on that first volley. It's a shame all my luck's gone. Move these guys up. There we go, this is much better. just topple the line one at a time like dominoes. They've got their cav coming back though, so just have to watch out. I'm gonna fall back. Let the infantry start taking over. How's the artillery doing? 500 kills is very good. Switch targets. Can I just route them real quick? There we go. Shattered. Nice. This battle's gone much better than it was before. There we go. Beautiful. There we are. You guys think I'm gonna win that HQ battle or not? I don't know if I will. I need like 3 fully decked out brigades. I only have 2. Got a little bit of everything. I don't know if I need the manpower that much. It'd be good to fill up that royal recruit in the back, so I might as well grab the manpower. Tons of promotions there, very nice. I need to drill for a day, and I can get that recruit up to a grenadier, which would be pretty cool. Oh, the hussar, look at that, beautiful. Holy shit. It's because he's also got the veterancy gain there. That's awesome. Can we get a legendary trait for you? So you don't die as often. Melee plus 10%. I do like that, though. I think I gotta take this. Or charge 10%. Reload speed doesn't matter, but stamina does for me. I wouldn't mind. Even 10 move speed is good. Any tips on using light infantry? Definitely stick them right in front of your line infantry, and your line infantry can fire over their heads, and if they ever try to get charged, you can fall them back. I'd also give them good melee items and good bayonets, and the AI will stop considering them as such a susceptible charging target. Another thing about just a clue about how the AI works, they compare their melee and their charge to you. So if they have a huge charge skill advantage over your charge skill, they will charge you. Or if they have a high melee over yours. So it's not just enough to build good melee, you even want a little bit of charge stat in there. But the AI will decide to charge based on stat disparity. So if they have a really high compared to your really, really low, the weight to charge is so extremely high. But if they just have slightly higher melee and charge, or moderately high, they won't charge as often. So you just need to, don't only get accuracy items on the light infantry, put like a couple good melee ones on there, and that'll actually pay off. Even if you're not using them in melee, it'll be enough to scare off the AI. I would like the melee, honestly. Charge is good, but I want that melee. Look at that, 94. And this guy's good at accuracy and veterancy. Range is good. I don't mind that at all, because we have buck and ball as well, so that's helpful. And it helps the artillery that's temporarily in this brigade. I think I am ready to start filling out a 3rd brigade soon, though. This guy can get upgraded to either a grenadier or a veteran. But he's not going to be charging much. I want him to be shooting 30 accuracy versus 20. He has a lot higher morale and much better charge. But I keep the numbers and I keep the accuracy. And I get the reload, of course. I think I'll go Veteran Fusilier on him. There's a little green strap that I've got to fix later. Let's make that light brown. They look pretty good. Could even go gold on the hat. Then again, I think Bavaria is like blue and white, right? So I like that. This dude just needs a little veterancy, so I'll pop a veterancy there. And he's now a level 4, so we'll get him up to Grenadier level. And we'll start working him down the Grenadier path. So you got 2 good infantry up there. I want to get 1 more Swiss and 1 more German. We'll open up a new brigade. I think it's time to do that. I'm going to rock with 3 brigades for this HQ and then play tall otherwise. I don't want to overexpand. I'm going to sell off a lot of crap soon, but non-cavalry recruitment cost is added. It could be nice to grab 1 more cav with this guy. So I can sell some stuff off. There was a dragoon, though, was there not? That was there. So why don't I check out Landon. And try to get the dragoon so I can skip. Oh, that's perfect. Arrange a war game for extended training. That's excellent. 5 days pass in a war game. I'd take that. Officers and regiments. Look at that. Promotions all around. 5 days is a lot, but I don't mind just grabbing that extra veterancy if I'm starting to go tall. Let's grab that force march. I need the food here. There we go. Gonna sell off more stuff. Grenadiers didn't really use grenades unless it was like for sieges, but we added grenades to the game just for fun. And what do we get? That's not bad. Could be good to get put on this guy. Veterancy gain 20%. Who do we need veterancy on? Probably this guy. Less ammo consumption isn't that big of a deal. He doesn't really need the veterancy as much. I could like double stack, so check this out. 20% veterancy gain, 20% veterancy gain. Oh, you can't stack both, damn. Well, let's give him, because he needs the ammo reduction, because he's going to be shooting. And let's keep the quartermaster in him. And then we can give him a haversack. I wanted the Swiss to use the T, but it cost 100 to open that slot. So I don't mind that, though. Let's do that. I'm going to give this guy the infantry hanger, because he's a grenadier. So if he has 48 charge, which is very good. And I'll give the T to these guys here. 72 accuracy, very nice. And I'm going to force march. I need to fight that battle. I need to get as many battles in it as we can if we're going to win against the HQ. Let's get this grenadier some experience. He's kind of a fresh unit we haven't really used yet. Wow, look at the player base. Look how much it jumped up because of the update. Isn't that great? That's pretty cool. Got this guy here. We've got our Royal Grenadiers with no ammunition. That's fine. They'll be in column ready to charge. Form the front line. Let's get everybody in columns. I'll fire the center target because they're coming the quickest. I'll form up line here. Form a line on the road. And switch over to quartered shot because we have a range buff, so we can afford to do a quartered shot. And plus it gets us 108 accuracy, so that's really, really good. So let's form up like this. Their cav is moving around the right flank. And the Royal Grenadiers, I'm going to let them come in and eat one more volley from the Bavarians, and then I'm going to charge in with my Royal Grenadiers. Just get them some combat experience. come in. I'm just gonna switch the artillery target over. Beating Hungarian hussars, that's very good. No gun on them. Wow, instantly just routed. They go really fast though, so I can't catch them. They're gonna come back and cause problems. Charging in the Rayo Grenadiers. White, uniform on white. Very good. I'll keep the Hussars and the Gendarmerie ready for the return of the Hussars. And my Carabineers can just annihilate their flank. Cavalry's doing very good. And we do need to buy some canister shot. Because I'm sure this artillery would be even better with it. It's going to burn through ammo, but we got lumber chests. $330 kills, 450, damn. The ammo is so good. I'm gonna run these guys on the road. They run pretty fast, look at that. It's nice. So I'll try to reposition them on the left flank instead. Should I help out and try to break them, or let these guys fight it out? They're not getting many kills, so I'll help them out. I'll just crack them and then let the Rayo follow. There. So they can see if they can follow them. I want Dura to actually level up, so I'm not going to use the cavalry here, nor these guys. I'm going to let these guys battle it out. There. Okay, we got good uniforms. Could sell those off. Lumber chests. I got no manpower, no ammo. I wouldn't mind either of those. Could take the ammo. Because I get the cash with it. Lots of promotions. This guy's like my shooting infantry. I'm not really as interested in any of these. I'll re-roll it. Combat effectiveness is very good. Charge it, I'll need. Morale damage received is nice. I don't mind prudent. I like combat effectiveness. What you really have to do is you have to read this as plus 5% charge, plus 5% melee, plus 5% accuracy, plus 5% reload. That's what that is. Okay, Hussars can get promoted to Gendarmerie. They're going to lose a little bit of charge, but gain melee, lose a little bit of men, gain morale, gain reload, and gain stamina. This one doesn't feel as worth it as well, honestly. Feels like they just don't gain enough with that upgrade. And it may even just be that the French Hussars are too good as it is. I think that is part of it. Because they're huge. Like almost, if the French Provincial Cavalry was 800 men, this was 800, and you didn't get any size downgrade, you go 800 again, so you wouldn't be losing the size, you'd be gaining morale, reload, stamina, and losing a little charge. I don't know why you lose charge, though, to be honest. I feel like you shouldn't lose charge and numbers. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like that. Otherwise, this is a decent upgrade, so I'll still do it. I'm going to change it, though, because I looked at the stats, And I don't think you should lose charge by upgrading and grinding all the way up to there. It's only 5, so I just changed it for the next update. It's nice to play a game, and if I notice something, I can just change it myself. That's quite nice. Do Gendarmerie d'Aquitaine. That's pretty cool. And they wear a nice green emerald color. It's nice. And the flag is pretty cool, but it's going to be like the other flag, where it's like this, but it's going to be, what is that, white and gold? So it's kind of like that, but instead it's going to be blue. There. So those are my 2 gendarmerie. Now, should the Duras be here because he's just losing stamina there, or sorry, losing veterancy? I could probably move the Swiss out. They're going to lose a lot of their accuracy, unfortunately. But if it does mean getting 5% veterancy, not really. I mean, I would just move him there, because then all he's losing is his melee. So he can just not be under that commander. Because this commander's reducing veterancy by 10%. We don't want that. Let's go to the convoy. Contraband found. Beautiful. 1 day for 3 items. I'll take it. Oh, an auxiliary barracks. Let's see what we could find here. Austrians and Hungarians. Would I want any Austrian troops? Not really. It's kind of neat, but I don't think I want any. Could even get like Netherlander troops. It's neat. The artillery could be cool. Getting Austrian veteran artillery for my artillery brigade. I actually do like that idea. I might grab a Crownlander and start grinding him out to the right. Yeah, because we're going to form an entire artillery brigade, so we're going to buy one of those. And move over to this place here. And I'm going to force march, hit the convoy, hit the deer, and then hit that town. And escort. Let's drain troops there. Convoy returns, get lots of stuff. Good. We're at 85. Let's go back to foraging, and then we'll force march over to the town. Shepherd. We get lots of provisions. I would take that. Get lots of food and a great coat. Great coats are nice because look at the melee damage reduction, 20%. So we can stick that on this guy. Now let's head up here. This guy doesn't need the drill master anymore. Let's give that to Duas, because we want to upgrade him eventually to the veteran. In fact, I'm going to swap these out because the Royaux have decent morale and charge. So let's give them the drill master. And then we'll want to take our Duas regiment, who shoots a lot, and give him instead the quartermaster or the commissar. This guy has all these charging effects. Why don't we move the grenadiers over and swap them with the Crownlanders? There. So look at the charge stats. Go all the way up. Good. And then let's run up and see if we can buy a dragoon. Because our national buff, or doctrine buff, makes our non-cavalry regiments cost more. So if we just buy cavalry, that's better. Dragoons. For 1100, I would do that. Nice. And they'll eventually go up to gentleman cav, which will lose the kind of their accuracy and stuff, but start gaining melee stats. I could even keep them as dragoons. Nah, you know what? I want to get volunteer. If I'm going to go dragoons, I'm going to go voluntaries dragoons. So, what, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cavalry right now. We'll get another 4 at some point. But these dragoons are going to go up the main line. for their upgrade. So I'm going to paint them blue so we remember. And then let's swap out their weapon. Maybe get them a couple little bonuses just to make them a little better. We'll sell some stuff. I'm gonna keep the limber chest because I want to upgrade these guys eventually. I need the canister shot. There's no canister shot here, no blue canister. Got good limber chests, but no blue canister. That's a shame. Got more buckshot. Got 400 left. Gunsmith. It'd be nice to get a good gun, like a good Charleville. Wouldn't mind. It's a little expensive, but I don't mind it because I want to give that to my Swiss. Get that ranged 156 plus. I mean, all my stats are going to go up. Then pass the Charleville along to someone else if they need it, which they don't. Staff College. Do I need any other veterans? So many of these farriers. Sometimes a field musician's not bad. You get the morale and move speed. And they're cheap, too. So that's 156. We could get that. A lance could be nice. 6 charge. We could also try to afford move speed and stamina for a cav. That's not bad. I think that's worth 150. Let's give it to him. Just upgrade it. And then I don't really want to buy any more slots, but I might as well buy this one and just give him all that extra stamina and move speed. And we really just need to outfit 2 more units. Now, this is our all-French. We need the manpower for sure. Do I have anything to sell for manpower? Yeah, I do. Okay, we're looking a little better with manpower now. We're out of ammo. I might raid. We kind of did everything we could. I think we need to fight an encamped army. I think we need to raid and fight an encamped army. With day 160, we have time. I need ammo, though. How do we want to get ammo? 67 there. I could sell something. I don't need the limber chest right now. And I don't need... a Tompion. He's not going to need it later. And he doesn't need the cartridge box, because he's going to become artillery, so we don't need these. In fact, he doesn't need this either. We can just sell all those. Good, and then grab ammo. And then most of our guys are actually good on ammo, because they're cav. So we're in a better spot than I thought. Yeah. These guys don't need quite as much ammo, but no, we're good. They don't need as much manpower, to be honest. Let's give that to, like, the Swiss and everything. There. And then we can drill for a day. There we go, which will replenish us a little bit. Grind a little veterancy out. They're up to a 4. We need them at a 6. These guys are getting nice and upgraded. We're going to take on this army here. 17,000. This could be disastrous. But I think I have to fight it. Why is France fighting Spain if they're allies in most of the 18th century? You can customize your enemies, so you have control over the game if you don't want to. First, Spain is a mod, first of all, but you can turn off and turn on any enemies you want. So for this particular playthrough, I turned on all enemies. Convoy might have a field army event. I think I want to fight this and get a bunch of loot from it, though. I think I do. I'll check out the convoy first. Let's rush over, see what the convoy is. Supply train. You're right. I could delay by 1 week, which I don't need. That's a lot of ammo. Fight a weak field army. Let's do this. Grab the elevation screws. Can't equip them. Bayonets. Who needs bayonets? I bet somebody does. They can get one. And armor. They can get some armor. So let's fight this out. Let's try to minimize casualties. We're going to cheese it as much as possible to minimize casualties and get a reward. So I need to take on that encamped army. Because we're going to get a Doctrine if we beat it, and we're going to get so much loot, we're going to get showered in it, that we can finally flesh out the 3 brigades in order to fight the boss. But I don't know if we can actually beat the boss army without another push. We need just a little bit more momentum that we're missing at the moment. We've got a river to fight across, which is awesome. Here's all of our cav. Put the RD on the hill. I want to minimize casualties. I'm going to go for the ammo option. I'm going to keep these guys out of the fight. And I'm going to go for ammo. So we're going to minimize losses and just go for ammunition. Let's go that way. Let's go this way. And that way. Let's get these guys on the far right. We're going to try and minimize losses and just go for ammunition. Tons of Grenzers. I feel like the Austrians field too many Grenzers at this point. I feel like I don't see actual Crownland troops, just all Grenzers. Make them fight across the river? Yeah, I will. I'll kind of pull back so that they come into it. They'll want to go, yeah, they'll want to come right there. I'm going to pull back a little bit further then. I think if we fight like this, they'll go into the river. They're going to fire and miss most of their shots. They wasted a volley. And now look, they've got a cross, and then we can fight them here. There's light infantry that I want to knock out. Can we fire past them? I want to fire at them. Nice. The artillery morale damage was awesome there. Let's knock out these Grenzers. There we go. And again, I don't want to... I'm not grinding XP or anything. There, they're retreating. I'm just trying to win the battle clean. I'll let these guys kind of get themselves into that melee there. There we go. Okay, that part's not as clean. Okay, I didn't take super high losses there. That wasn't horrible. Okay, yeah, these guys did excellent. I'll wrap around. Actually, you know what? No, I can't cancel the charge now. I'm going to pull these guys back. I don't want to take any more losses. We won. There we go. That was quick. That was very quick. I just want to win for the sake of winning. I don't need XP or whatever. I just need the loot, get $400 and the items. Only 500 losses. That's not bad. And I wanted, what, the ammo from this? There. Probably needed the manpower more. Yeah, and by the way, another tip too. A lot of people say, "Oh, my artillery doesn't do any damage. It's not any good. Never use artillery." But artillery does 20% extra morale damage when it hits on the same amount of kills. So you will end up routing enemies faster in that way. We got canister, hell yeah. I'm gonna open up that slot, equip it. And then I'm gonna get rid of the, keep the goat. I kind of want to open up one more slot and grab the elevation screw. Only 5% range, I should have checked that. That's not that much, but still alright. I would need to run and grab the manpower. I'll drill a few times on the way there. Grab that manpower. Refill everything. Grab one more pack of ammo. And then grab a little extra drill. Just to replenish quickly. There we go. There. Now I have to engage. There, I didn't let a day tick. So we got in before the day tick, which is perfect. I'm going to leave a note for myself that I'm just not seeing any Austrians. It's all Grenzers. Which is good for me with cavalry. I mean, cavalry versus Grenzers is great. There are Hungarians here. That's new. Lots of these Grenzer veterans. So this is going to be a bloody battle. They've actually got artillery for once. And Netherlander units. One cav. Only one cav is a threat. I'm going to pee, and we'll strategize. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm here. So, we've got this map. And what we could do is use the hills. I could rush up, but I don't think I want to do that. They've got a little bit of artillery, but not that much. They got good Grenzers. I could fight in the town. Just use tons of cover in the town and then use the road. And then use a little bit on the hill. I could do that. I think that's what I want to do. So I could rush my artillery up to the hill just so it's got a range, an accuracy bonus. The Crownlanders are going to be their guards. Is there horse artillery in the game? There is, as Prussia. Only Prussia has it. And I'll have 2 cav on the right. I desperately need carbines for the cav. I mean, I don't even have the ammo to supply it, but there. So I'm gonna kind of use the town and the hill, and that'll be kind of my connection point. Or I could keep everything concentrated, but I don't want to get surrounded. So we're gonna advance there, and advance there. And I have a bonus. I have a Doctrine that speeds up my artillery by 50%. So look, they should be walking as fast as the infantry is, which is really cool. In fact, they move as fast as the infantry in column. So the artillery is actually good to reposition. The further away they are, the lower the accuracy is going to be. They're going to miss their shots. So if I can get them close, that's good. And then I can even switch to canister when we're ready. In fact, I want to put the Duhua there, and the Grenadiers will be at the denser formation. I'll form this up. And the Swiss will be there, and there. Let's try and get ourselves cover. We have decent cover here. There we go. I might go deep with the cav. Artillery's got 142 already, that's great. It's shooting at skirmishers though, shouldn't. Let's target them. And I'm going to switch to canister when we can. We've got a Grenzer advancing. Lots of Grenzers advancing, so I don't necessarily need to go deep with them. Let's try to hit these guys quick. There we go, we knocked them out. Get them back. Okay, the auto cannon are pretty good, so we're gonna double charge them here. They even have an officer, but... Oh, dude, we wrecked them. The stats are getting good on the cav. The stats are getting real good. Okay, I'm chewing up these Grenzers. I'm lucky to fight Grenzers because they are not that efficient. Let's hit these guys next. Then what we're going to do is we're going to move this out of the way. And swap to canister. And then now we chew these guys apart. We're going to get them the hell out of there. Look at the blood-soaked fields of Grenzers. Got rid of all them. Let's check out how good our 367 is going to go up to what with canister. Let's see. They've lost 70. They're going to lose up to what? Ready, fire. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah, the canister's great. Look how much ammo I burned through with canister, but I don't mind that if I'm getting good casualties. I'm gonna mass the cavalry and destroy those Grenzers. Actually, you know what? Why don't we mass and destroy this and hit the artillery? Nice. Our guys are performing super well. Like, the quality of our army is very good. I need the general to go take care of the Crownland morale. Okay, let's charge her through here. They're trying to fire with canister. We gotta barrel through this to avoid the canister. I think I'll just keep the charge going. Taking a lot of losses with this. But I think we'll be able to punch through if we just brute force it. Let's advance a little bit. .600 kills in the artillery. Yeah, the cav is kind of faltering a little bit. This cav did it. Let's take care of that. There we go. Good job, guys. Aquitaine fell back, though. Oh shit, those are 800 Hungarian Hussars who we did not know were back there. That could have been real bad, so we gotta get out of there quick. We don't want to shatter, otherwise we take extra losses. Nice, our artillery shattered them, so the counter battery fire worked pretty well. Plus the HRE Doctrine that gives ammo and reservists. Yeah, that is very strong. I do like it. Oh, look at the perfect angle we have. So the cannonballs bounce straight down the line. How much ammo have we got? We've got good ammo. I'm gonna move the cavalry back and kind of rally all the cav back up. Yeah, HRE Rhineguard can definitely be a little tough to get used to. I don't think they're very easy. I think the whole faction's pretty tough. I've buffed artillery damage versus cav. So we're at 871 firing at this cavalry. Let's see what we go up to. If we can load any of our guns in time, which I doubt it. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. Perfectly timed volley. And then let's hit that cavalry. Let's see. So 871 kills. 884. Wow, they do 906. They do good against the cav. It feels like my army, it feels like it's really paying off. Like the army feels strong. I'm really liking its power. I went Duwad to get a promotion, so let's have him go and engage. Good. And I need to actually take food for this, otherwise we'll starve. And food means veterancy, so everyone will get like a little level up from it. You know what, let's let the Crownlanders go in and deal with that. Dude, that artillery is awesome. 1,000 kills. And I don't even have good quality items on it. Good, that battle was not bad. We were all scared. But look, I got 1,000 from that. And plenty of loot, and I want the provisions. And lots of promotions. Regiment veterancy 3 when recruited. It's not bad. Generate ammo daily. I do like that. Morale +1 per. Oh, geez. That's tough. Morale +1 per regiment. So I'd immediately get 12% morale on every unit. Every single unit would get 12%. Or I'm generating ammunition, which we are often out of ammo because of the size of our regiments. So that's also a very good one. Professionalism I don't need because we have most of our units. That was not the HQ Warden, that was an encamped army. You can fight the little encamped armies around the map to get a free Doctrine. Oh, ammunition with drill, you're right. We have the drill bonus, so Powder Master makes sense. I do like that. And we took the veterancy buff from this battle. So we are in good shape. Look at this, veteran. Crownland. Oh, beautiful, dude. It's exactly where I wanted to build. Where I wanted to be. We've got our artillery corps we're building out now. And we're good otherwise. And we got tons of food from that as well. So now we just need to kind of build up to be ready for that HQ. No ammo here. We'll go there for the ammo. Yeah, we'll go there for the ammo. Look, we're gaining all that ammunition passively. I love that. Good. We're in good shape. We need 2 more units. We've got... Everyone's a high tier unit. This guy needs to be a grenadier, though. If we can drill. I'll grab a little more ammo. I wouldn't mind drilling him up. More Austrian troops who I don't really need. 8-14 versus what? 6-12? Get carbines for the cav. That's not a bad idea. We got good canister shot. Definitely grabbing that. Dude, what do we have for our limber chests? Regular limber. Let me get a large and that. And now check this out. Swap this over to a large and good quality, so it's -35%. Bump that up. Swap the canister for good quality. Then give, this is such a shitty gun, give them canisters so all they're doing is pumping canister shot with their tiny gun. Can we afford a cannon? We need a cannon and we need carbines. We can go far away, so that way the thing has to chase us, the HQ. Winter's on the way. What's the cheapest cannon? I wouldn't mind getting a little bronze 3-pounder. It's not bad. Let's do it. It's at least better than this. Look, canister 4, shot damage is 10. Shot damage 15, canister still 4. But the range, 385 in 30 seconds. Wow, 15 seconds per shot? Honestly, there is a case to be made that this could be used to just pump out canister with a 1-pounder in 15 seconds per shot. There's a case for that. There's a case we could take this, and this purely could just be used as a canister shooter for now. Put some elevation screws on it. Grab that. I kind of regret buying this, but it's not a huge deal. Let's sell off some crap. Item sale cost minus 20%. Well, look, this is the opposite. So you actually get a... the conditions are reversed, so this is actually giving us bonus resale. So selling is good here. Do we want to get an extra regiment of some sort? We wanted to build out another Swiss and another German. A German is 1100. We could try to get him. I might be able to pull it off if I didn't buy the damn cannon. Oh, look, we can give it back for what we paid for it. I think we paid 250 for it, right? Because we ended up not needing it. So I'll give it back. Keep the bayonet. Don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need that. We're up to 1200. Grab the German. Why does he look so Prussian? Yeah, and then we want to make him a grenadier of some sort for the German regiment. So let's see what German regiment we want to model him after. Is there anything with a unique uniform? I know Royal Bavaria had a unique uniform, but... could base him off the Royal Pologne infantry. Oh, no, no, no. Damn. What was his name? I accidentally deleted his name. There. What I wanted to do was grab this and do Royal Boulogne, and then what number is that? 116. It's cool flag as well. It's a really cool flag, actually. That's basically their flag. And the uniform is more like a medium blue like that. White trousers. Blue. That part is blue. But the collar's red. Am I able to... Nah, I can't differentiate them. That's alright. That is the uniform. There, so we're just one regiment short. Maybe a carbine is possible now. Neustadt carbine's not bad. I'll trade. There, so these guys have carbines and my dragoons have carbines. And then I think we're just gonna... I could grab a cheap royal recruit just to have one more unit in the line. You know, like I just get rid of these. Just grab one cheap royal recruit as filler in case shit hits the fan. This way I at least have a full army. And then I can now just buy a little food. Is it really worth 0? 14, there it is. Like 29, get more food. And then I can just drill until they get here. Look at all the promotions, do you hear that? And we're gaining ammo too. Oh my god, I'm just going through promotions. Okay, we're in a little bit of debt. They're on the way. I guess we'll raid. If we're not doing anything. Oh, I thought I was raiding. Whoops. Got some stuff. We can give it to... Which guy's good at charging? Where's my grenadiers there? Oh, beautiful, dude. That's awesome. Which grenadiers do we want to base them on? We could do Bourgogne. I like that. Which number's Bourgogne? Kind of a boring uniform, but they're interesting. 43 E Bourgogne, and their flag is interesting. It's actually that. And it's otherwise plain. And they're red and white. These royal recruits are ready. Can anyone else get a promotion? My veterancy's doing great. These dudes are ready to become gentleman cav. I will edit them. Let me see which heavy cavalry we want to base them off of. Maybe Dauphine is kind of cool. They've got a blue flag with the dolphin on it. Do we have a dolphin? We do. So we could do something like this. Or like that. I like this. Could do that. That's kind of cool. For the uniform, we'll go blue, red. Waistcoat is a light beige, and the trousers are a little darker colored. But about the same. So that's our Dauphine cavalry. These royal recruits are going to go where we said we want to do one brigade, basically of French. Might as well just grab them at Fusilier level. That's the German. We can customize these guys. Let's see what regiment we want to do. Lorraine looks kind of cool. They got green in their flag. I don't want that. Limousine is kind of neat. Or Orleans. Let's do the Orleans. Brown and blue is kind of cool. 27E. Orleans. Orleans. And they've got a brown color and blue. It's kind of a cool combination. I like that. And then the facings are red. So they're pretty cool. So I'm liking this army here. We don't have a musket for them, unfortunately, and the town's destroyed. Yeah, that's alright. We'll just give him some items. Good, make him good at charging and move speed. Yeah, we'll just do stamina and charging. We'll charge for now. Okay, here we go. We're going to do this battle, and then I'm going to go. Forge. Okay. More Grenzers. Always Grenzers, huh? Lots of Hungarians. This is not a hard army. Some artillery. The first Austrian Fusilier we've ever seen. Tons of Grenzers we can slaughter. This is basically like the encamped army, so I can take this out. Yes, Astu customization is very nice. I do enjoy it too. Okay. We can have this huge field, just do a firing line on. Not any good hills on this map, really. Oh, we have a hill there. Move them there. These guys have got the good... Look at that, 11 seconds a shot. There's actually something kind of crazy about that. It's a little funny. Let's grab our Dauphine, who are not... Or, sorry, our Orlean, who aren't very good, and they're going to protect the artillery. We've got our Bavarians, our Swiss... Burgoyne, Duois, Polonia, or Polone. Got 2 cav on each side. In fact, yeah, I would move up in columns quickly. Should have deployed in column. Yeah, we got some ground to cover. I'm gonna assign cavalry at like each part of the front. Oh, perfect timing as they come into frame. Oh, look how cool my Bavarians look. They're pretty nice. Cool. Got lots of these skirmishers out front who we're going to want to engage. They want to do an artillery duel, I think, because they're forming up a defensive position. We only have 2 artillery, so they think they can pull it off. Yeah, they're bombarding us. I'll bombard them. If I put a little pressure on them, they should attack. I'll just hold the line for now. I think I'm just gonna attack them. Oh my god, the whole back line just got wrecked. Right in time for the charge. Ouch, that really hurt. Took like no damage at all on that charge. That's nice. Oh, Jesus. Gotta get out of there. Trying to knock out these Grenzers. It's a little dangerous though because we can get opened up on by all that infantry. These dudes are brave. We're about to engage everybody. Got our canister shot firing with a 15-second reload. Yeah, they're taking too many losses to pull them out. Oh, no. Dude, that's a knockout at all. I'm screwed. They're out of there. They're shattered, they're destroyed. I only have 4 guys left. Gosh, that's restart worthy, isn't it? That I got stack wiped on that unit. A veteran C7 too. And he did like no damage back. Got 26 kills, great. Probably got shot. No, he didn't get shot. That is restart worthy, isn't it? These guys are about to get shattered too. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Gosh, I don't want to have to fight that again. That sucks. Let's see. We have a different map this time. It's a very advantageous map. Just gonna do a general advance, honestly. Look how fast these guys are. What act are we in? This is the Act 1 boss battle. Okay, let's load up, get the canister shot ready. I'm just gonna charge in there. Get these guys knocked out. $200 kills with a 1-pound gun. It's awesome. Gonna charge across the marsh and the river. It's gonna drain all my stamina doing so. Move up a card, and then I'll switch him to fucking ball soon. Oh, did they charge me? Oh, they're tearing me apart. Who died? Oh my god, this fucking guy keeps dying. Damn, that's so many buffs. I think we just have to accept it. That sucks. Yeah, I don't want to restart, so we're just gonna have to accept that. We'll get another officer when we can. You can tell everyone's morale got shaken by that. Everyone's shocked he died. It sucks. I'll let these guys retire for the rest of the battle. That center is like breaking. Yeah, it does suck the officer died. He was a really good one. We need some morale over there. At least the left is holding very well. Damn, it's not enough to keep these guys rallied. This is a bad idea because there's a veteran hussar right there. Yeah, it's a bad idea. We're not just gonna take all that charge damage. At least we could try to kill their officer in return. What's their morale at? 29 morale. So if we can kill this officer, could lower it. I'm not gonna bother. I don't know if you hear my wife singing downstairs. It's funny. Oh man. I'm gonna have to fend off this charge. Glad I caught that. Damn, that was bloody. I gotta go this cavalry back. It's too risky. That's not good on the left. I might be able to help them. Hey, Kelly. Little singer.
Your door's never open.
Yeah, well, it was hot. No. No. Huh? What'd you say? No. No. Uh-huh.
He was
Damn, I didn't know they had all this cavalry back there that I didn't deal with. Okay, I'm fully loaded to repel that charge. Propelled these hussars a lot. Nice. I'm gonna need a lot of replacement officers. Oh, I didn't fire. Oh, I kind of got off a volley. They finally broke. Finally broke my Bavarians. Come on, Swiss, you guys have to hold. They're exhausted though, 15 melee versus 26. Oh man, who died? Did someone die? No one died, but the Royal Bavarians are retreating, that's why. So these guys are gonna break too. Gosh, every time I think I'm winning. Now it's time to death charge the artillery. Okay, we saved the Bavarians and the Swiss crossing the river. There you go, I did it. Jeez. Oh man, that was rough. That cavalry really hurt. The artillery did 500 kills. Cav did 600 kills. Our 1-pounder got 600 kills. I'm very surprised by that. It was too bloody. I think I need the reservists. I lost my officer. I really spec'd him out. And this is for infantry. I like that. Accuracy and range, combat effectiveness, range, accuracy, veterancy. So it's all that. That's good. He's actually close to promotion. No promotions from that. That's a shame. It's kind of a sad battle. No one even got a promotion. Would I want loot from pillaging and winning battles? That's nice. Visibility 30% is okay. Reload 15% in charge. Well, I'm going into cavalry, so I don't want that. Extra loot is going to stack up. Visibility is not bad. I want the loot, though. It's not bad. Could fight the Spaniards again, but I don't want to do that. Fight the British. I want to fight the HRE. That's all I really care about. I'm going to add cash. I'm going to cheat a little bit and just do the rerolls because I just want to fight a specific nation. I don't even care about the doctrines. You know what I mean? There's Russia. Oh, come on. That's crazy. Doing a little cheating. I'm not even fishing for a doctrine. I just wanted to fight them. It won't let me fight them for some reason. It's very odd. Nothing. Do they not exist on the map? Like, come on. Even Sweden, too. I have a Swedish DLC on. I'm gonna just keep re-rolling. Here's the thing. I'm gonna make sure I don't give myself any more money than this. We're gonna do add cash 10,000. I'm just gonna re-roll until I find HRE in Sweden. It's crazy, isn't it? I don't know, maybe I don't have a region that I can go into to fight them. It's only Spain. It's weird. Britain and Spain as allies. Well, I turned on all enemies because I wanted more variety, but apparently I'm not getting the variety. There's Russians. They have Russians in the Rhineland. I clearly don't... Something's... You know what it is? It's because I have the Spain DLC on, and the Spain DLC is probably using the old region. Yeah, it's using the old regions tag, so there's no HRE on this. And I think there's no Sweden either. That's why. Which is kind of a shame. It's because I'm using a mod. And so the mod author probably overwrote what I have, which is that the HRE regions are here, and they just don't have them there. Which is kind of a shame because I really like this run, but I really want to fight against the HRE because they've got interesting units to play against. I wonder if, like, I wonder if yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can do anything about that. Reload. I can't reload. Well, you know what could be interesting is I could try to drop a save here. It could break the game, we'll see. But notice how there's no Spain at all, right? If you theoretically dropped a save here and quit, and then dropped Spain, and then tried to continue that save, there's technically nothing incompatible about that besides the map, maybe? So I wonder if I could load this or not. Okay. Okay. But look at the Rhineland, it's still Russia. Maybe if I re-roll it. That's how much money we are allowed to have. Oh, look, the HRE's here. Oh, look at me, I'm a fucking genius. We got the HRE, baby. Hell yes. That's awesome. I want to fight a combined HRE force. I think that'd be fun. Let's see if we can find one. That's cool. Look, HRE plus Britain. That'd be a fun one. I don't even care what the doctrines are. Gentleman Cav would be great. Prisoner conscription higher? Sure. I would take that. Royal Cav and tribute collection sounds nicer. But you know what? That's such a cool combined force. So now let's deduct our money to go back to where it is. And then, and we had 1361 going into this. I wouldn't even care about this normally, but just for the sake of the type of playthrough I want to do, I wanted to have variety. So, yeah, I would go here. That'd be really cool, seeing like British with Bavarians and stuff. I'm going to end the stream here, though, because I've been streaming for hours. Yeah, I'll stop here. I'm really glad that worked. And I believe Sweden, which I have on now, is compatible. At least show new units. Which new units did you want to see? Before I go. How do we access the mods? You can go to the Steam Workshop. So if you go on Steam here, you go to Workshop on the right. And then you can look at probably most subscribed, maybe. You got Sweden there, the United States. You want to see the new units in the game? Which new units, Ilian? Like the HRE units or France or what? I wonder if these guys got any booze. Can I check their analytics? Current subscribers 1,100. Wow. The HRE. You want to see some HRE units? I can show them off. Yeah, and for anybody curious, I can show you what they specialize in. This is the main HRE tree. You have Württembergs. These guys are like, I think they move quickly and reload quickly. That's why they also have Jaegers. Palatine is more like in the melee and charge. And Bavarian can shoot well. But all three of these branches are small with only 1,200 guys per regiment. Then you have the Kreis, who go up to 1,800 men. And they're kind of average, they're kind of lackluster, but it's good to have a few of them in the center because they can just hold. The cavalry is huge, like you have 800-man cuirassiers and 1,000-man hussars. And some big artillery, but it's not very good either. So that's the main tree. For Saxony, you've got expensive, high-quality musketeers and then high-quality veterans and Saxons. They're just good. They're just well-rounded and reliable. And then all of these cav are good. Tatter cav is good at charging, cuirassiers at melee, chevalier at shooting. They're just hyper-specialized. Plus you got up to veteran artillery. So this is very good. Yeah, it would be cool to add a way to view the unit tree when in faction selection. I think you're right. But that's about it, guys. I'm going to head out. Thank you for hanging out with me.